Now, if you ask me, there's something called the Ayurvedic clock. It is best to be explained with respect to tropical climate or the tropical regions of the world, where the sun rises approximately at 6 a.m. and sun sets approximately at 6 p.m. Okay? During the early morning hours, when the sun is just rising, the atmosphere or the nature is slightly sluggish. Body is also sluggish. You should be ideally waking up before that. You should be actually waking up at least during Brahma Muhurt, and that is when your body is the lightest. You actually feel more alert, more active. Now, this can't happen when you go to bed by 12.
Yeah.
In fact, you should not be doing that because that leads to more imbalance, more vata imbalance. So, which is why it is very important to wind down by 6 p.m. Okay, have an early dinner, and within 3 hours of sunset, you should be actually going off to bed. So, the evening
Within 3 hours of sunset.
set, yes,
So within
which is
3
like
hours?
6:30. Before 6:30 you can have your dinner, and by 9:30, 10 you need to go to off to bed, because 6 to 10 is the evening kafakala, the winding down, slowing down phase of the evening. You should not be stimulating your body by working out in the evening, because that affects the hormones and your sleep cycle. So evening kafakala, which is 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., wind down. Take it easy. Allow your body and mind to calm down. In fact, there is something called the evening ritual I keep telling my patients to do, which is keep away your gadgets at least for 60 or 90 minutes before bed. Pick up a book. Now, before picking up the book, do a nice Padabhyanga. Then do Nabi Puran. Then have something soothing and calming for your mind before bed. So, ideally, what you should be doing is throughout the day, if you see, our feet bears the weight of the body. It's the most active, and there are approximately 200 million neurons that are actually there in the feet. You need to calm it down, and they are directly connected to the brain. So the best way to calm down your feet, calm down the neurons, the nervous system, and the brain, is to apply any kind of oil depending on your body type on your feet. Give a nice massage before going to bed. If
Acha.
you're a pitta kind, go for cow's ghee or coconut oil. If you're a vata kind, you can go for sesame oil. If you're a kapha kind, the stout rounded kapha kind, you can go for mustard oil.
So just rub it on the soles of my feet.
Yes, give a nice massage. You can also do some marma techniques if you know, otherwise don't bother.
Okay.
But otherwise just apply. And in fact, if you keep getting calf muscle cramps, many people do get that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially post-menopausal women.
Post-menopause, those who are physically very active, or the kids who are running around a lot. This is because of either vata imbalance or because your hemoglobin is low. So for hemoglobin, of course, you're going to need other remedies. But to begin with, you can at least give a downward massage using sesame oil. Warm sesame oil with some amount of camphor in, nothing like that. It will give you a nice, good night's sleep.
Okay. How much camphor?
Say for 1 teaspoon of sesame oil, you can use 1 or 2 pinches of camphor.
Okay. Just mix it and then apply.
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
I can
yes.
massage my feet also with camphor?
Yes, yes, you can do that. So that is the first thing that you need to do. Second, you can do Nabhi Puran. You know, Nabhi, as per Ayurveda, is actually a marma point. And to that marma point, if you apply the right kind of oil, it can actually stabilize your gut as well as your mind. That is because your gut is connected to your brain through the vagus nerve. So you calm down your gut with the right kind of oil. Say, for example, ghee for a pitta person. Somebody whose Agni is very high, you want to calm it down, you want to stabilize it, go for A2 cow's ghee, 2 drops. Now, if you are a vata person, highly restless, anxious kind of a person, then you can go for sesame oil. Now, if you're highly constipated, then you can go for castor oil. So, depending on your body type, use the right kind of oil. Give a clockwise direction massage, because that is how your samana
In the
vayu
navel.
works. Yes, which is from the direction of your liver to the spleen. So that is the clockwise direction massage that you need to give. Now, when you give that kind of massage, it takes care of your samana vayu, which is your Agni or the gut health. It will also take care of your uterine functioning, the reproductive health functioning, and also your bowel status. So this is one quick remedy for all those people who are struggling with gut issues and reproductive health issues. Do this based on your body type.
Okay.
If you are a kapha person, you can go for castor oil, or if you're prone to constipation, then again you can go for castor oil.
Okay. So just put some in my navel and then massage it,
Yes,
right?
massage in the circular direction. Do it nicely for 3 to 4 minutes before going to bed. You will see immediate relief.
Wow.
And you can also add some lavender essential oil, because it actually is a good neurotonic or a nervine tonic. It immediately helps in settling your highly anxious mind. So this I have seen great result for those people who are highly the vata kind. Okay, or you can infuse Jatamansi herb. That is also good.
In the ghee, in the castor oil, in the
Yes,
coconut oil,
yes,
depending
yes.
on the Prakriti type.
Yes, depending
Okay.
on. Now, the third thing that you can do is applying oil on your face. If you do not have acne or you're not highly prone to cystic acne kind of a thing, then you can go for oil application on your face. This again is not for your facial skin. This is actually for your brain.
And for your gut.
Yes, it is also for your brain and for your gut. Say, for example, you can go for Kunkumati Tela. That is good for your skin, plus it helps in calming down the anxious mind. Now, if you are struggling with insomnia, then you can go for sesame oil that has been infused with milk and then apply it on your bregma. Your bregma is a point out here, which is like 4 points from your 4 to 4, 8 points, 8 fingers from your eyebrows. That is a marma point wherein you can apply this oil, say 5 drops. Before going to bed, it will give you a good night's sleep. Kapha people are generally very easy to get sleep. They don't need much of remedies. They go to bed and they are knocked out.
Okay.
It's the Vata and the Pitta people who struggle a lot because their body is so anxious and so utilized throughout the day. Because Vata people, even if they are not doing a lot of things, they utilize the energy by just talking and walking. Okay? And the Pitta people are so aggressive in life and career. They keep utilizing their energy. And the Kapha people, they already have so much of stored energy.
Yeah.
Okay, so they barely do things. Even if they do things, they don't do it outside their comfort zone. And so, because of which, they are very easy to get sleep.
But ideally, I'm assuming the Vata and the Pitta, because of their nature, should get tired at the end of the day and they should be the first ones to sleep, na? Why is...
That's because when you're so used up, what happens? Dryness sets in. When there is dryness, what happens? Your body does not get sleep easily. Then you need to give that extra fat, which is why we are applying oil on the feet, navel, face, and even on the scalp. In fact, Ayurveda says that you should be applying hair oil on a daily basis. Yes, Shiro Abhyangam Nityam Acharet, which means you should be applying oil on your scalp on a daily basis. This is not for hair growth. This is to actually keep your brain, your mind, anxious mind under check. In fact, if you see, most of the hair oil that Ayurveda recommends contains nervine tonics or nootropic herbs like Brahmi, Jatamansi, Ashwagandha, Bala. These herbs are the ones that are being used, even Bringaraj. So these are actually not for hair growth. In fact, hair growth is just a side effect that you're getting. In fact, it's just a bonus that you're getting. This is to basically calm down your mind. So if you see, in today's world, even the young kids are struggling with anxiety, overthinking, palpitation, anger issues, snappiness, right? And we all have actually tried staying away from applying oil
Yes.
for the cosmetological reasons.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Right. The moment you start applying oil, you will see that your sleep is getting better. You will see that you're feeling more grounded. In fact, what is the virtue that you need to feel more grounded? You need that kapha element in you. And where does the kapha element come in? It comes from the different kinds of fats, ghee, oil, and even milk. Which is why Ayurveda recommends that you should be having food ideally before sunset or at least 3 hours before bed, so that by bedtime you are almost empty stomach and slightly hungry. Okay, so that you can have your milk, and with that milk you will get a good night's sleep. You should not be having milk otherwise. In fact, if you have a sluggish gut, constipation prone gut, then you should be infusing nutmeg, dry ginger powder into your milk, well diluted milk. See, I would say you can go for 50 to 75 ml milk only, ideally the A2 cow's milk or the farm fed or the grass fed, not like the broiler cow's milk, which is like, sedentary and staying at one place, like you have the industrially obtained milk. Not that kind of milk. We are talking about the ones that is allowed to walk around or roam around. The milk will be lighter.
Free grazing cows, basically.
Yes, free grazing cow.
Okay. So A2 milk?
A2 is also much more easier to be digested when in comparison to A1. So that kind of milk, when used in dilution with the right kind of herb, will give you a good night's sleep. Now, if you're prone to frequent respiratory tract infection, add some turmeric. Now, if you want a good night's sleep, nothing like adding saffron and jatamansi. So if you see
how much?
With respect to jatamansi, 2 grams will do the job.
Okay.
And for saffron strands, 5 to 8 strands. This will do the job. So infuse it, boil it well, and consume it warm. This will take care of your sleep. Now, in the absence of hunger or in the absence of feeling empty stomach, if you have that milk, it will give you cough, cold, phlegm and sinusitis.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to know what your body is looking for.
Yeah.
In fact, that is a kind of awareness each human needs to have so as to take care of themselves. It's not one size fits all. Okay, so these are the evening rituals that you need to do. So have early dinner. In fact, do not push your dinners for 7:30, I would say. Have it for the evening appetite. If you see a person who is sleeping early, waking up early, starting your day early, will feel hungry for breakfast around 8 9, lunch around 1 1:30, and even around 4:35 5:30 they'll feel hungry, no?
Yeah.
I would say utilize that appetite for dinner
Okay.
so that you're not munching on something, unnecessarily giving you calories, leading to weight gain. Have a early dinner and end your day with milk, with warm water, or a spoon of ghee, provided there is no inflammation.
A spoon of ghee, like just a spoon? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
followed by
Or
warm water. Followed by warm
Everyone can do that Vata Pitta Kapha?
I would say a Vata or a Pitta person, because they are hungry, they can have.
If you enjoyed watching this content, you can watch the full in-depth video on the Body to Being podcast hosted on Shloka YouTube channel. To continue watching shorter pieces of this content, you can subscribe to Shloka Clips on YouTube. Don't forget to like this video and follow us on Spotify. Pranam.